Hello, this is Scholar Shaft doing some math today in Algebra 1. I know the title says use linear equations, but we're going to write some more equations. So, let's get to it. So we already know the ordered pair. The ordered pair is the coordinate x comma y. Let's see here. So write equation of a line that passes through the point 1 comma 2 and has a slope of 3. Okay. So they give us a point x comma y, which is 1 and 2, and then we have a slope of 3. Now, how are we supposed to find our y-intercept if we don't have a picture? Okay, what we're going to do is substitute x equals 1. So we're going to be substituting our ordered pair into the equation. So for my x value, that's going to be equal 1, and my y value, I'm going to have that, well, that's equal to 2 because of our point. Our point is 1 comma 2, so that's where my x and y come from. We're going to substitute this into the y equals mx plus b equation. Okay, and we're doing this to find our b value. So y, which is 2, is equal to 3 times 1. So y is 2 is equal to m, which is 3, times x, which is 1, plus b. Okay, so 2 equals 3 plus b. To get b by itself, I'm going to subtract this 3 over to get negative 1 equals b. So now that I know what b is, I can write my equation. Y equals 3x minus 1. And there we go. So substitute your x and y into the equation, then substitute b and your slope into equation. Okay, so substitute b and slope into equation. Well, that's what we did. So write an equation of a line that passes through the point 2, 2. So both x and y is 2, 2, and has a slope of 4. So my x and y is 2, 2. My slope is 4. Okay, so I'm going to substitute them in. So I start off with y equals mx plus b. Y is 2 equals to slope, which is 4, times x, which is 2, plus b. So I got 2 equals 8 plus b. To get b alone, I'm going to subtract 8 and get negative 6 equals b. And try not to get confused with 6's and b's, my 6's and my b's, but negative 6 equals b. So we're going to put this back into the formula. Y equals slope, which is 4, x minus 6. Alright, write an equation of a line that passes through 2 comma negative 3 and negative 2 comma 1. Okay, so what we need to do, find slope. So I'm just going to do right minus left. So remember, slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm going to do right minus left. So this is my x1, y1, x2, y2. So y values first. 1 minus negative 3 up top. And then negative 2 minus 2 on the bottom. So I'll get 1 plus 3 over negative 2 minus 2, which is negative 4. So 4 over negative 4 equals negative 1. Okay. And then, now that I have my slope, let's find our y-intercept. So you can choose any of the points given to you. So you can use the first one or the second one, it doesn't matter. So choose a point. I'm going to choose, I don't know, let's choose the first one. Doesn't matter. Okay. And then substitute into y equals mx plus b. So y, which is negative 3, equals slope, which is negative 1, times x, which is 2, plus b. So I have negative 3 equals negative 2 plus b. So to get rid of a negative 2, I'm going to add 2. And I'll get b equals negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. So my answer is y equals m, which is negative 1, x. So you can write negative 1x, or you can write negative x. That's the same thing. So negative 1 times x is negative x, plus our b value, which is negative 1. So minus 1. So negative x minus 1. Okay, write an equation of a line that passes through given points. 8 comma negative 13 and 4 comma 2, negative 3 comma 4 and 1 comma negative 2. So we're doing two different things. Okay, so A. So we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to find slope. So 2 minus negative 13 over 4 minus negative 8. And that'll be 2 plus 13 over 4 plus 8, which is 15 over 12. Okay, let's reduce this. So both numbers can be divisible by 3. And this will become 5 over 4. Okay, that's my slope. Okay, now I'm going to pick a point. Choose a point. Let's use 4 comma 2. That seems easier than negative 8, negative 13. So y, which is 2, is equal to m, which is 5 over 4, times x, which is 4, plus b. So 2 equals 5. 5 fourths times 4 is 5, plus b. Subtract 5 over, and we'll get b equals negative 3. So we can finally write our equation. Y equals 5 fourths x minus 3. Okay, part B. So find slope. Negative 2 minus 4. 1 minus minus 3. Negative 6 over 1 plus 3. Which is negative 6 over 4. This can be reduced to negative 3 halves, because they're both divisible by 2. Okay. Then we're going to choose a point. So once again, you can choose either point and you'll get the same equation. So negative 2 equals slope, which is negative 3 halves, times 1 plus b. Okay. So negative 3 halves times 1 is negative 3 halves. Okay, so we're going to add 3 halves over to both sides. Okay, so that's 1.5. So negative 2 plus 1.5 is negative 0.5. Or b is negative 1/2. Remember, 1/2 is 0.5. Okay, so my equation, y equals negative 3 halves x minus 1/2. Alright, now let's use our equations here. The graph models the total cost of renting an apartment. Write an equation of the line. Explain what the slope and y-intercept represents. Okay. Step 1, find slope. And then find y-intercept. And then equation, right equation. So slope 2,000, I'm going to do top minus bottom. 2,375 minus 1,250 over 5 minus 2. Which is, bust out a calculator here. 2,375 minus 1,250. 1125 over 3. Let's see if it gets divided. Oh, it does. It divides evenly. So 1125 divided by 3 is 375. So that's my slope. My y-intercept is right here on the graph here. If I didn't know this spot, I could use the 2 points, just like we've been doing in the previous examples. But we have it here, so 0, 500. So let's write an equation. Oh, yeah, write an equation. So y equals 375x plus 500. Oops, 500. Okay, so the y-intercept, well, okay, let's start off with a slope. So we have cost in dollars over time in months. So this is the cost of renting per month. So the slope is $375 a month for renting this place out, which is not that bad. That's actually quite cheap. So probably is pretty small. So the y-intercept is probably your is your like security deposit. So you have to pay up front $500 just so you don't, you have to pay some money up front just in case you're a bad person and you just ditch out without paying at the end of the month. So they ask for money up front just in case you damage the apartment, in case you don't pay and just leave. That way they don't lose any money. And that's all I have for you today.